preppers. All right, good evening, preppers. Welcome to Gray Man Prepping's Tactical Tuesday. Tonight's topic is going to be, what's your water level? Do you have enough? And with that, we're going to drop back over here. And I just realized I did a boo-boo on my intro there. The one slide said Camp Patton Family Compound instead of Gray Man Prepping.
Oh, wait, hold on. I got to change my green screen. That's not the right one. We're not talking about the apocalypse yet. Hold on. Let me go hide in my cave.
See, people, we're not absolutely perfect. We do trip and fall now and then, but we pick ourselves, dust ourselves off, and continue on our way.
Well, as you can see in my cave back here, I got plenty of water. It's half flooded.
Yeah. And let me come over here. I just realized I got a little sound popping off that computer. So some of you are probably confused because I was responding to everybody in on both Gray Man Prepping and Camp Patton Family Compound. That's because on this computer here, which is set up with the slideshow, is where I was talking Gray Man Prepping, and the other ones over had the Camp Patton on it. So that's going to be you're getting contacts from both of me and my evil twin. Which is an old joke.
Yeah, you had to be there.
Yeah, I had to be there a year and a half ago when that joke started. Granny Goose. Okay, all right. Let me go back and say hi to everybody. All right, first one in the house. Well, come on, go all the way up there to the top. Come on, all the way to the top. Oh, man, this is going to be a long one. Gear Grinding 19, Trish Willie, Uncle Law, Die Bowling Bullfrog 79.
Die Bowling Frog? Is he bullying now or?
Die Bullfrog 79.
Okay.
Matthew Malloy. Come on down. Trish Wiley. Gardner Josh.
Everyone it looks like I held Tasha up for eating her dinner. I'm sorry.
Jay's in the house. CB at Hugo Homestead. And Tasha Prep for it. Bruce Backwoods Law. I got to remember to keep an eye out for him popping up here. Suburban Hillbilly. Teresa Lovespins. I hope I pronounced that right. Kaylin Strains here.
Well, if you're not pronouncing it right, you're not the only one.
King Poopa is formerly known as Courtney's husband, Dustin. Mama J. Okay. Grandma Mountain Grandma. Blah, blah, blah. Getting backwards there. Idaho Garden Girl. Shady Hill Homestead. Mary Beth Smith. Did I say Suburban Hillbilly already?
I don't know. I was trying to read. I wasn't listening.
Yeah. Trying to keep up here with everybody. Everybody's talking. I love it when everybody's talking. So we got going down here. CR, Creative Redundancy from north of the border. Texas Rob. Granny Goose. And Hedgehog's Homestead. Hey, Laura. And catching up here. Everybody's talking back and forth, trying to keep up with the chat. Get up here. Jay, Emma, 3010. And I think I caught everybody. If I missed somebody, I apologize. I'd like to recognize all those that are coming in your list. Oh, Pennsylvania Prepper came in. All those that come in and say hi and everything else. Okay, so this week, so far we've been a lot of prepping channels been harping on water and food, two of the basics. So, WD Glock and Roll just rolled in. All right.
If you haven't noticed, there's a pattern to our madness, and it spreads throughout the community, even to those who don't.
Saving your lives. All right. All right, Don. Don's got internet troubles up there. All right, so let me get over here back to this here. Boom, boom. And so, what's your water level? This is actually
about that deep.
Yeah, and muddy.
That ain't mud. That's coffee.
This is picking up off of one I did about 6 months ago talking about it. And we're going to cover a little bit again because Studies show you have to hear something at least 3 times for it to sink in. Or is it 4 times? Or is it 5? No. Anyways.
It has to be a combination of seeing, doing, and hearing 3 times.
Yes. All right. So what we're going to talk about here is we're going to talk about those that did sink in last time and have been starting to prep, and those that are just starting to prep. And CR, thank you for throwing that up there. Water is 3.8 pounds per gallon. All right. So let's get over here and let's take it on here. So do you have enough water? And at the end of the slides here, we're going to hammer this home. So by the time we get into the slides, you may want to get out a pencil notepad so you can catch what the last 2 slides are. All right. All right. So, hey, we're not going to talk about which lake this is, but if you're in the United States, you might have heard about this lake.
Oroville.
No.
Mead.
Yep. Hey,
two of
the biggies that are down. Of course, Oroville was down because they had that accident several years ago, and they haven't got it to refill. Of course, they screwed up this last big rain.
They should have never dumped it in the ocean.
Yeah, the atmospheric river, they should have ran it all into Oroville. Anyways, so looking at 1965, look at the levels they were at. Okay, it was looking pretty good. Then 95, oh, you can already see it's lowering some. 2015, it's down. 16, it's down. I think they didn't have one, had a picture of 2020. It was way down.
It was at the bottom.
Yeah. So if there's a shortage of water in these reservoirs, which are for us to get our drinking water from, think, what could the consequences be?
I don't want no water from them places, man. They run their boats and get their oil and nasty stuff in the water.
All right, this is another one. You can see how far it's dropped in the last several years from up. You can see the white line here where the water level used to be, and as it's come down over the years, because I'm not refilling it. And the other question is, once this water gets down low, like Dave said, you start getting, certain minerals and stuff concentrating. How safe is your water? And with these minerals and stuff, they can throw your pH way off of your water. It can turn to very alkali or very acidic. All right, ways you can take care of this at home. Tasha of Mama Bear Prepping is always talking about the water brick she's getting every month in her apartment. Her apartment's probably at the max limit it can support all the water she's got in there. And so she has these stashed everywhere, under the bed, stacked up in the closets, under couches, everywhere. She has water stored everywhere in her apartment. This is a different one, similar. I mean, well, actually, you got two of them. You got the water brick on the one side and the aqua brick on the left. And I looking at the amount of water you can put into it, I think you can put more into the water brick than you can the aqua brick, but the aqua brick's got the better handles. Trade-off.
Mm-hmm. Less likely to rip off fully loaded.
Yeah. Now, this is one that I saw. I couldn't get a better picture of it, but this is a good design one. So it has rainwater coming into it. It fills up. It has the black pipes at the top. So once it gets full, it drains out. So you're not bubbling out where you don't need water. You can run the excess water back to the drain or whatever. Do aqua brick stack? Yes, aqua bricks do stack, Pennsylvania Prepper. Now, with this type system, you think rainwater, well, I'm not going to drink that. Wait till we get to the end. You're going to see why you may want to collect rainwater. Besides just for your garden, there may be other reasons, and they'll be covered at the end of the slides here. A little bit bigger systems for collecting rainwater. Now, what I like about these things, the totes, the IBC totes here, you can actually store regular tap water in them. And so long, because they're off the ground already, they got either the metal or wooden cages under them, so it lifts it off the ground. So you don't have to worry about contamination from the concrete. Once these are filled, because these are dark blue, you don't get algae growth in them like you do the clear ones. And if you keep them in your garage, you're even so much better, and they can stack too high.
No, creative. Most of them do not have a way to attach an inline filter. You would have to cobble your own together.
Yeah, but generally on the most of them, and they're getting pretty standardized now, on those water bricks, aqua bricks, aquatainers, and everything else, the thread for that spigot going into the lid is 3/4 inch pipe. So you can put yourself get yourself a regular under the counter water filter, put it on there, and you can do that. But if you're using tap water, you shouldn't have to filter anything out. Shouldn't have to. And we'll talk about that a little bit in more depth here. Hey, Diggs. All right, there's the button. Oh, I'm going to go back. So as you can see, these come in all sorts of different sizes and stuff.
Excuse me.
Some 30-gallon ones to 100-gallon ones to 500-gallon ones or so. These are ones you can buy. Some of these, especially the longer ones, they're easier to bury because they're shaping them and stuff, and for the legs and stuff actually helps to keep it from collapsing in when they're not full. And you don't have to bury them totally. You can bury them 3/4 or so and build a deck over it to hide it. These others you can put in your garage. Even the tall one here in the middle on top here, you can put that one in your garage.
Just don't put it in your attic.
On plywood or a pallet so it's not on the concrete. This guy decided he needed a little extra water pressure for his garden. Built a little tower.
Works great for a shower too.
Oh, yeah. Now, all these IBC totes on the end here where that red-handled valve is, that's a 2-inch iron pipe thread. Your standard PVC or metal coupling will just screw right on there. And you see he's got a couple more in the background by the house there, a couple more of the IBC totes. The only thing I don't like about this is he's got a clear one up there. Unless he's running all the water through it, pump filling it up and then draining it to water his garden, it's going to build algae. All right. Here's another one tucked in the corner, near a house. I'm not sure how many gallons this is, but you can see the water level here when it changes color. Now, some people want to go, well, I want to have one that I can fill up that's not pressurized, but it fills automatically. These stock tank valves work great. It fills up just like a toilet. When it gets to the top, it shuts off. And you can, so as you use water from it, it refills automatically and keeps your tanks full. This one has a different type, has a plunger type float underneath of it for a 1/2-inch pipe fitting into it, and it'll keep the water level up. Okay. I went through and tried to find graphs for water usage. I found 100 of them, and 99 of them said different things. Only 2 of them said the same thing. And we're going to go over some of this and explain why there's discrepancy, because it's how people are looking at it. You take statistics, you make it say anything depending how you look at the statistics. This one here, it says 5% for cooking and drinking.
Hey, Cork.
That's about right. And you'll see why here in a second. Flushing toilets says 28. Cleaning, 23. And they're not clarifying what is cleaning. Are you mopping the floors, every week? Are you, what else are you cleaning? Are you counting washing your car? I think this, for just general in-household use, I think this might be a little high. Washing clothes, that's about right. Bathing, that's about right for what a lot of them said. There was one that had flushing toilets up at 48%. Now, if you have little kids in diapers, the number's going to be lower. You have a bunch of teenagers, the number's going to be higher. And the bathing number's going to be a lot higher. Because, hey, believe it or not, there are some boys that like to take 45-minute showers because they don't want to offend the girls they're interested in. miracles. Yeah, the boys that were preteens and stuff, you couldn't get them into the shower. Now you can't get them out. All right, now let's go on to the next one and get your pencils and paper ready. Okay, how much water do I need? Drinking water, count on 1 gallon per person per day. Cooking, this is just meal, for cooking the meal and stuff and pre-prep, washing off the vegetables, carefully and stuff. 1 gallon per person per day. And someone say, well, use that much. Count on this. You're going to need it later on. Mm-hmm. Washing the dishes afterwards. 1 gallon per person per day. Well, I used to use a one pot system that count on 1 gallon per person per day, because when you go to make that sticky cheese lasagna and you're scrubbing on that thing and rinsing and scrubbing and rinsing or whatever, it's going you're going to use up, you'll average out 1 gallon per day for washing dishes. Hand washing. This one's a little iffy. It could be more. But in an emergency situation, you generally get by with 1 gallon per person per day. If you got little kids, you got to keep an eye on them because they may try to run more water. Bathing, and this is going to offend a lot of people. In an emergency situation, count on 5 gallons per person per bath or little shower. You got the camp showers. You wet yourself down, soap yourself up, and rinse yourself off. You don't run the water all the time. And don't count on taking those little camp showers every day. Figure 3 times a week. Laundry, 1 gallon per person per day. At the end of the week, one person should be able to do their laundry in 5 gallons of water the old-fashioned way. You use 1 gallon to wash and soak and scrub and everything with, and the other 4 gallons to rinse.
I'm going to add something to that real quick.
Sure.
Back when there was such a thing called a dust bowl in this country, back when water was extremely scarce, here's a tip that my grandma told me that they used to use. And mind you, when she told me, she was already in her 80s and I was only like 9. So, she'd been around a minute, and it was probably her grandma that told her. They'd take a little teeny wash basin. They'd pour about 1 gallon of water in it. And that was everybody's hand wash for the whole day. Okay, so, you may want to consider doing stuff like that, provided your house is small enough and not everybody's playing with the dirt every 5 minutes. But to help conserve water, make a wash basin, and that's everybody's wash their hands for the whole day.
Mm-hmm. Now, Bruce was saying that from experience, those numbers are pretty low. From what people usually use, the drinking is the only thing to spot on. It goes up for what people are actually using nowadays. But this is how much you need to survive. My scout troop has gotten by on 1 gallon, actually less than 1 gallon. They got it down to half a gallon per person per day for washing the dishes at scout camp. Hand washing, they had the little tub of water, and they had 2 tubs, one to wash in, one to rinse in. And they used 3 gallons per day for the entire troop. So laundry, as I talked about laundry, 1 gallon per person per day. Everyone, you wash by hand and everything. Toilet is the odd man out. And I froze. Toilet is the odd man out because in certain situations, you may not be wanting to use you want to be conserving as much as possible on toilet using. Now, one way to do that, you have 1 toilet designated for the poo, 1 for the urine, and you don't flush your urine but once a day. Yes, it gets stinky, but if you don't have water, that's what you got to do.
That's why you should have those little pine tree shaped things for car fresheners stored. That way you can always hang one near the buckets.
Yeah. The other thing too is that is on the pee toilet, you make sure it's got a tidy bowl water thing in there, so the water in there has stuff to help fight the smell and everything to begin with. And either that, or if you got boys, Hey, you see the tree in the backyard? Go water it, boys. And not with the garden hose. Now, the toilet one can be hard. Now we're going to get into some stuff here where we can stretch some of this, but if you look at the totals there, so using these totals here for 7 days, of course, with the bathing is just 3 times, so that'll be 15 gallons, but 7 gallons drinking, 7 gallons cooking, 7 gallons washing, 7 gallons hands, 7 gallons of water for laundry, and add up the math on, I think it was 120 is what it came to, or something like that, for the toilet per person per week is 155 gallons. Oh my goodness, I'm going to die. Elizabeth, I'm coming. Those of you know,
pay no attention to theatrics, folks.
Those of you that remember Stanford and Son.
Yep.
Now, you multiply that by 52, you got 8,060 gallons per person, not per family, per person per year. Now, how can we say? I think did I do the other one? No, I did. Okay, so what do I say? So,
excuse me.
How can you extend this? Well, depending if you use all your what you do with your hand washing water. Well, your hand washing water, depending on how dirty your hand washing water is, you recycle it and you use it for toilet water. And if it's clean enough, you recycle it for the soapy water that you're going to use for doing your laundry. Your bath water, you make sure you have if you're doing the showers in the camp showers, using that in your tub, line your tub with some plastic, visqueen plastic, and save that water, and you can use that for laundry or toilet water, which means tell the boys to stop peeing in the shower. Yeah. So you can, by recycling your other waters, take down your laundry water a little bit, take down your toilet water a little bit. Now, here's the bonus. Your laundry water and your toilet water do not have to be potable water. What's potable water? Some people might be saying. Potable water means you can drink it. It's safe for cooking in, safe for drinking, safe for ingesting. So, well, how do I store my non-potable water? I don't want to buy one of these expensive tanks for non-potable water.
Do what I did. My old apartment, which I haven't done it here because I don't have the same space, is every time we had a gallon of milk, I'd rinse it out real good, fill it up with water, shove it in the cupboard. That was toilet water. That was hand washing water. I wouldn't drink it because it was in a milk jug, and that actually leaches over time. The plastic leaches into the water. So it's no longer safe for drinking. But it's great for flushing the toilet.
Yeah. And juice bottles, sports drink bottles, ice cream containers. You can fill up water and stack them out in the shop. You don't want to stack them too high, but you can use anything you can store water in that is not food safe. Important part, reusable. You can use to store non-potable water in.
Night, Pennsylvania prep.
Night, Pennsylvania. The one thing to do, let me go ahead and, so everybody got this information down here. I'm going to drop it off here and bring us back big.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing to consider on non-potable is that certain containers, if you clean them out good enough, there's a, people don't want to say you can do this. So this is, do it at your own risk. The certain of the juice containers, the plastic on them is harder, a more dense plastic, and will last. I mean, they won't absorb the juice into the what's the word I'm looking for? The pores, if you will, of the plastic, the microscopic pores, and contaminate. You contaminate it later. Like a milk jug is a poor grade of plastic. It's only designed to hold milk for 4 weeks max. And so it is a very porous inside. You know how rough they are on the outside? They're just as rough on the inside. So you have to what Jay said. Yeah, you're right. They're getting cold here. You have to exercise care in your water storage containers if you want to use some of those for drinking water. Now, what happens is with some of them, they're like the juice ones, the Gatorade ones, soda bottles. Sometimes you can store water in there, but you still want to treat it and filter it before you use it. You know, definitely you want to do that. I'm not saying to go ahead and do it, but that's an option for you if you think that's something you need to do. Now, one of the ways you can filter it, and one of the things I do, I was going to grab a picture of it here. Crap. The Zen water filtration system from Amazon. It's not like most of these water filter systems, the Berkey stuff, which are a 3-stage filter. It has a 0.5 micron ceramic filter, and then it goes through a 5-stage filter. That's what I use because I research stuff, and that's the one I like. I'm not saying it's the absolute best for the price. For the price, it's the absolute best.
Hey,
but
Gil.
Yeah.
Looks like Washington stopped by. You got a dislike.
Oh,
thanks for the time. Appreciate it.
I think I know that he's been hitting all my other videos. My your prep for today comes in, gives it a thumb down, and it's like, yeah. So this is not the from Washington. This is the anti-prepping troll that doesn't want anybody to get prepared. That's giving a thumbs down.
I didn't know Sleepy was on our streams. Anyway.
No, that's someone from over by Seattle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Old Dicky Poo. Anyways, so you need to store as much non-potable water as you can, and you can use cheaper containers. The IBC tote container right here you see behind me, it doesn't matter if it gets algae growing in it, if it's for non-potable use for flushing the toilet. You can pick these up used as low as $25. Well, I'm getting them around here. I'm getting for $25 a piece delivered. So yeah, I can load up a bunch of those with non-potable water. No, the water in the Zen filter is specifically and it says it's not that one that they have the problem in the water bottles that leach stuff out. The I can't remember BPA or BA whatever the heck it is.
BPA.
Yeah, it doesn't have that. It's made specifically for water, so it doesn't do it.
Yeah, it's all free of PCPs and BCPs and BPAs and CIAs and FBIs.
Okay.
It has none of
I'm going to tick some people off here, and I don't care. Everyone goes, oh, the Berkey's the greatest thing since sliced bread. However, several states, and I believe Iowa is one that is still does not allow most models of the Berkey to be sold because they don't meet their claims and they don't meet Iowa's requirements for a water filter.
Build your own, folks.
Yeah, so you think about that. You know, it does. If it doesn't do that, then whoa. Why are the other states doing? Because some states aren't as strict as others, and some of the ones they aren't selling. And here's the thing is, some of the ones that you can buy in Iowa that are not on the approved list is because you're buying it from a third party reseller, or someone that has an Amazon store that's not the Berkey store, or they're selling it on eBay or whatever else. So. Yeah, Berkey for me, after looking into what their filters actually do and stuff, I won't have a Berkey. I'd rather use a cheap old Brita. All right.
Hold on. I'm gonna go get something real quick. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, what I like about my Zen is that ceramic pre-filter. It stops a lot of down to half micron, which takes care of all your Giardia and all the other bacteria that can't get through it. Okay. Yeah.
I'm
all
back.
right. Okay.
Okay. Now, a couple years ago, I was at Wally World, everybody's favorite discount marketplace, and I found a package of these 4 Brita bottles for $10 because they were on sale. Guess what time of year it was?
Christmas? Right now?
Right now, right after the
summer
evil day we just had. They had them on sale because they came up with a newer model. So watch your Walmart clearance aisles to see if you can find something similar. It has a true Brita filter in it. This one's never been used. Matter of fact, it's still got the little piece of paper in it. I've got 3 of these left. I gave one away. They've never had water in them. There's a way to use them. Instructions tell you got to soak the filter first before you use it. But having a couple of these, besides all these other filtration processes, can give you options.
Oh, okay.
I would
not make Nancy Pelosi drink it.
Hey, but Bear Grylls will do it.
Yeah. Yeah. There are too many chemicals in your urine that the filter will not remove. Okay. You don't need to be putting those chemicals back into your body because your body's trying to get rid of them. No, I would not drink anybody's urine through.
Yes, CR.
Berkey.
Pre-filtered water is essential.
Yeah.
Because you know what? I'm not going to take muddy water and put it in this bottle. I'm going to filter it. I'm going to boil it. I'm going to let it cool. Then I'm going to put it in this bottle. Then I'll drink it.
Yeah. No, I've heard claims by certain filters that they will filter urine. And anybody claims they can filter urine and it doesn't cost over $1,000 for that filter. You know where I'm going there. Hey, Tibor.
Hey, remember
that Kraken and Cosmic Cultivator. Hi, guys.
Remember the video Will did 2 years ago?
Oh, yeah.
They cut open that so-called imitation life straw.
Yeah. He couldn't even suck through it to begin with. He tried it. No. Couldn't suck through it. And when he cut it open, it was... No.
Just paper filter, basically.
Yeah, it was crap. Okay, wait. I missed something there. I got to catch back up here. Let it. Okay, got it. Now it's just catching up with someone's laughing at what Kraken said. Anyways, so the one thing I want to get, and I was trying to show you guys with this picture, give you a reality check on the amount of water used. Now, what do I have? I have several of the blue, and I even have some clear ones in the garage out of sunlight. So I have a 330-gallon clear one. I have a couple of 275 blue ones. I have 6 55-gallon barrels and a bunch of other stuff too. And then I have a whole mess of non-potable water that I can use for laundry, toilet, and if I filter it, I can use it for bathing because I'm not putting it in my mouth, and some other stuff.
Oh boy,
what was that?
Gears. CR, yes. If you want to pre-filter it that way, the more filtering isn't going to hurt it. You will lose a little bit of volume by multiple filterings, but it's not going to hurt it any.
Now, what I'm not saying is Tibor, I'm not saying filter water is bad. In fact, everything I drink here goes through the Zen filter. And so yeah, I drink filter water here. What I like is that the ceramic dome filter in the Zen also removes a lot of the the minerals out of the water here because we got very hard water. It removes a lot before it even goes through the stuff. So,
And gear, I don't have a mother-in-law, so I can't do that.
and my mother-in-law is not that bad. She actually likes me. Which I can't say for my son-in-law, because my son-in-law's mother-in-law, the staff sergeant, would like to take him out. Oh, we're not going to go there.
No.
Anyway,
not on live TV. I mean,
yeah, on live stream. Now, this next one here, addendum to this, is should get some reactions from Bruce at Backwoods Law.
Hang on, folks.
The addendum is real. First of all, what did Bruce do after he got out of the military? He was a firefighter. What happens if you have a fire? What water are you going to use to put out that fire, folks?
All of it.
That's one of the reasons why we have such large containers of non-potable water, just in case we need to. We got a little pump hooked up to it, so we can take the garden hose in there and start spraying. Yeah, it's not a lot, but we might be able to keep a little fire down. But yeah, who does that? Well, let's see. My scouts tried to get away with only taking one shower at scout camp, and we started making them sniff test each other, and they started taking more showers. Once they hit 16 or 17, and there were girls that are trying to impress, and the first couple times they got shot down, it's like, well, when was the last time you took a shower, man? She probably smell you a half a mile away. They all started taking showers longer.
Very well. We even mentioned you just a minute ago.
All right, here we go. Boom. The 750 gallons in the pumper. Yeah. So, yeah, the firefighting takes a bit of water. So if you're worried about water shortages, what else should you be worried about? Defensible space around your property, keeping the weeds down, keeping the trees pruned up, the bushes pruned back.
Oh, come on. Now you're making it sound like work. Isn't prepping supposed to be easy?
No. If prepping was easy, everyone would be doing it.
Well, some would, yes, but
yeah,
a majority still wouldn't because they're still blind.
Yeah.
Because the government going to come up and take care of me, man.
Oh, well, it sounds like there's a story behind that, Bruce. The way you said, trust me on that. Somebody went and drank the water from one of the pumpers?
No, Will, that's not what we're referring to. Will, I was referring to the fact of the video you made about that life straw that you cut open.
Yeah, the one that was a piece of crap that you tried sucking through and you couldn't get nothing through it. Yeah. So all right, so getting back to the basic numbers here. How many people do you have in your family? So count on a minimum of not using the toilet, taking out and digging a hole in back or digging a trench line in your backyard. Bathing only once a week. You're looking at at least 10 gallons a day. 10 gallons. Yeah, 10 gallons a day per person for your family. If you're a family of 4, that's 40 gallons. Family of 5, that's 50 gallons. That's a 55-gallon barrel a day for your family.
You're using way too much water.
Yeah.
Okay, let's eliminate a little bit of that usage. Go out and stock up on some waterless shampoo and soap. They make lots of it. There's different brands of it. I have 2 bottles here at the house, a big one and a little one. One's for me, one's for Charles. That'll last us about 2 months. So literally, I could go a full 2 months without having to take a shower, and I'm not going to stink. Now, am I going to want to go that long? No, because I'm still going to feel pretty nasty. So I can cut that down to once a week with no issues, maybe once every 12, 13 days, because I have waterless shampoo and soap. So there's one way to eliminate some of that need.
Yeah. And cooking. If you have planned, and if you've done canning like Tasha and Mouse Toes do, where you have you can stews and stuff, and you got all that stuff canned. If you have enough liquids in your canning, you can use those liquids in your meals. And dishwashing, if you have a supply of paper plates and plastic forks and stuff that you use once and throw away, or you stock up, you just leave your all your not your metal utensils and just have a little tray, you put some water in it, a little bleach, you just let them sit in there till it's full, and then you scrub them. You only use like a gallon for several days. You saved a bunch of water there. Hand washing, Dave's talk about the plastic or dish tub that you just put some water in. That's what everybody washes their hands in until it's ugly. And you could probably save, several gallons of water there as well. So one of the things, though, most people don't realize, you can go without doing laundry for a while, but you can't be crawling around in the dirt. You can't be doing a bunch of nasty stuff and getting your clothes really nasty and grimy and stuff and expect.
There is an upside to having dirty clothes.
Yes.
The aforementioned FEMA truck. If you have to waltz down the road, however far, to get food off a truck, which whether you need it or not, I recommend you go get some. Simple fact is, if people seeing you not going and you have a nice full round belly, they're going to come knocking at your door. So make sure you have some dirty clothes that are a little baggy on you, so it looks like you've lost a little bit of weight when you go down there. And you don't want perfectly clean clothes. You don't want to smell all nice and purty. If you have to go to a truck to get food, make sure it looks like you're struggling just like everybody else. You don't want nobody following you back because they think you got something they ain't got.
Yeah. All right. So cooking, right? We got several good suggestions here. Spray vinegar, you spray it on it and you're done. I know you used to do for cast iron cooking on camping and stuff. If you had a pile of sand down by the river edge, we wouldn't put the cast iron in the water. We'd take it down to the dry sand and use the dry sand to scour it, and you just get the stuff off and done. One pot meals.
Dutch ovens work great for that.
Yeah. Uncle Al says salt content. So I'm not sure what he means by that, but I've known people have used salt to clean cast iron.
Mm-hmm. And stainless.
And stainless. Don't let the food dry on the pots and pans, because that takes water to rehydrate it to get it loose. And CR says use rainwater to wash clothes at home while out camping. Exactly. All right.
Emma, up here, at least in this part, we call it a Mabel bath.
My sister, my mother, and my grandmother called it a PTA bath, and not Parent-Teacher Association. That's what the girls in my family called it. Don't yell at me about it.
I didn't say a word.
I know. I'm just waiting for the comments to come flying in from the side. That's what the ladies in my family call it. All right. I
don't see no arrows flying through your green screen yet, so I think you're safe.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. And like toilet, the one way you can eliminate a bunch of toilet is the trench line or digging a pit.
And where you put that is also very important, folks.
Exactly.
Put it far enough away that you can make the mad dash to the outhouse if you need to, but not close enough to where it smells up the place, or B, leaches into your other crops and stuff like that.
Yeah. All right. Tibor. Oh, good point. Good point here. If they say yes, the floor will hold. You can store a bunch of water under the bed and around and stuff. Yeah. So some apart sturdier floors than others.
Well, that's debatable. The apartment complex I used to work at up in Michigan called Arbors at Eagle Crest, they had concrete second floors because that was, one floor was an apartment and the floor above it was an actual apartment as well. Even though they had concrete floors, they were not allowed to have water beds in the apartments.
Yeah.
So I would be very cautious with that. 2, the bad thing about water beds, have you ever drained a water bed after it's been holding water for a year? That water is some rank, nasty. Ugh. After having to drain my water bed, I actually sold it. I got rid of it because it was so nasty.
Yeah. So, the outhouse is the building on the pit toilet, Jay. And my grandmother grew up. They had a pit toilet that had 3 seats in the one room. So yeah, there was no privacy in the using the bathroom there. And this is what I was waiting for. Can you hear me, Dave?
Yep, I can hear you.
I'm going to unplug for just a second because I'm totally frozen.
Yep. Ah. Here, I'll hide for you.
And I'm back. Okay.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was me having issues or not.
No. So Bruce talked about the fire loading, how much weight a upper floor can handle when they're shooting water in it, because they don't want to have it overloaded and they go walking in there and they add away to the firefighter and they drop through the floor. All right. Good night, Mary Beth. Yeah, I got frostbite big time that time. It wasn't my internet provider. It was the camera tripping out. All right. One of the things to see, I'm going back and see where I was going with it. Okay, so we're talking about laundry and that on laundry, pit toilets and stuff. Yeah, if you're going to dig a pit toilet, it's not a big pit. It's a narrow pit, so that, and you try to dig it down. One of the things that I've seen several preppers talk about, Home Depot has these concrete forms. You get them, 12, 6, 8, 10, 12, up to 18 inches, I think, or even 24 inches. You can start digging with a pulse hole digger and keep pushing that down in as you're digging, and then push the next one on top of it, and just that gives you a deeper hole. That's not going, and then it keeps it from caving in on you while you're using your pit toilet.
Not going there.
Yeah. And yes, Kaylin, the bucket toilets, there's a bunch of those different ones.
Yep, you can buy a pool noodle and a 5-gallon bucket from Home Depot, Lowe's, wherever, and you can make your own bucket toilet.
Yeah. And the important thing to remember about this, put a heavy-duty trash bag in there. Not one of those little flimsy ones from the Dollar Tree or Wally World. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Good point right there. Also, the Boy Scout field manual. Not the handbook, the field manual.
Oh, boy, here we go. Army, Boy Scouts. I mean, come on, guys. Play nice.
Hey, do you know who wrote the first Boy Scout manual? An Army general.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Baden-Powell, British Army. Okay. Yeah, paper plates, cut down requirements. Now, especially in the wintertime, what can you do with those paper plates that you've been eating off of? If you have a fireplace or a wood-burning stove. Granted, it's not the best thing to burn because it does leave some soot, but if you have a nice hot coals with a hot stove and hot pipes, it's less likely to build up on
One downside to that, if you're a good cook, like some of us are,
and everybody in there goes,
yeah, you're going to be burning the paper plates, and everybody goes, man, they had barbecue tonight. Let's go check it out.
Yeah. Of course, there's another way of doing that too. You toss a cat turd in there when you're burning it.
I ain't got no cats here.
Or a mouse.
Be careful.
Not mouse toes, a real mouse, the critter that eats your food. Water filters. We talked a little bit about the, and let me just bring this up here real quick. Bank that, drop that down. Water filters can be very helpful thing for you to use. Let me just go through. So I'm going to through some stuff here. So the water tanks, I only showed a couple of them. There's a bunch of different type ones you can get. You can get smaller ones. You can get the farm ones. This one here, all sorts of different size. I don't like these because they're opaque. I like the green ones better, or the black ones because they stop the light getting in, stop algae growth. But there are a bunch of different types you can get. You can get submergible burial ones. You can bury ones you can stand up in your garage, not your closet, your garage. And so there's a whole mess of different ones, different colors, and they're out there. And shop around. Don't jump on the first one you see. All right, let me drop that off. All right, so I'm gonna bring something up
Walmart
here.
sells them too. But for those who are financially struggling, all you gotta do is get a 5-gallon bucket and one of those pool noodles are like what, $2 for a pool noodle. So you can save yourself a few bucks that way. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but it beats sitting on absolutely nothing.
All right, here we
You
go.
don't want to get it on your shoes.
You know, this is the filter on top here. That's half micron size. Your charcoal filter on the bottom. Then you have a mineral stone to keep it properly reattuned. And then the spigot here has a magnetic ring in it there to pull anything that somehow got past anything and is in your coming through. So, this is the 4-gallon. I got the 6-gallon system here. And with my wife and I going through it, we actually figured out we're doing about 1.5 gallons of water each a day. So, you got, this is what I use. You can build your own. You can just buy the filters themselves and get the food grade buckets and put that ceramic filter in a food grade bucket, and that'll do a whole lot more than a Berkey does. You can set it up where you can attach the filters below. Let me go down and see. You can buy the filters separate. You can buy the filters in these actually are cheaper if you get it in the 3-pack or the 5-pack.
I just added that to my list.
Mm-hmm. So now, if you don't want to go with the Zen, go back off here. And where is the other? See, it'll show the other one. It's not showing it. Oh, shoot. Okay. Hang on a second. I'm going to take this off because I don't want you to see everything I've ordered. Yes, I've ordered some real cool stuff.
Oh,
and a bunch of it is preps. And so, yeah, I don't show all my
how am I supposed to come raid your house if I don't know what I'm coming to get? Darn it.
Of course, it might take me about 3 years to walk that dang far, but
yeah. So, here we go.
A little 10-year-old's going to slow me down quite a bit.
All right. So here's the Zen copy and 6-gallon. It has the Zen filters. All the filters are the Zen filters. And so they just, but it's, a little bit cheaper. The 6-gallon, it's about $20 cheaper than the Zen.
$20 cheaper than the 4-gallon.
4-gallon was $109.
Was that the 4-gallon? I thought that was
No,
yeah,
4-gallon
was $109. This is a 6-gallon for $98. This is cheaper than the 4.
Yeah, and the 6-gallon Zen was $119. So yeah, got
to pinch pennies somewhere.
Yeah, pinch pennies somewhere, and you can get all sorts of filters and stuff, different ones. So, anyways, but still, what's neat about what I did is I took a 5-gallon bucket, put the ceramic filter in it, got the sock that goes over the filter, And then I have muslin and cheesecloth that I stretch over the top. So even though I've strained water and stuff when I put it in, that acts to remove any other particles that might plug up the ceramic filter. So. All right. All right. I'm just catching up in the side chat here. Trying to find some really great ones. Oh, yes. I like this. The scented trash bags. Yeah, that keeps the smell of the byproducts out. Oh, and yeah. The Kraken, great. You know, don't forget coffee filters. Even if you don't drink coffee, stock coffee filters, because you can filter water. It's a filter, and you filter water really quick, get rid of a lot of the big stuff, and then it's not going to plug up your expensive filter with all that small dirt and stuff. All right, and yeah. There are a lot of ways for moving your water. If you have the like the IBC totes here or these other ones, we move to the side here, and you see down on the bottom here, there's a spigot there, and there's spigots here and spigots over here. So if you're wondering, well, that's close to the ground, how do I get it out? Well, if you have a short hose on there, simple. You can get it for like the RVs and stuff. Hose, the little 3-foot hose. For most of it, you can do that. But once you get down to that point, they have small little 12-volt water pumps you can put on there, and you fill up your gallon jug and take it in the house.
Might not be the most ideal thing, but if you're not using it for portable water, drinkable water, and you've got it in, the feces has hit the oscillating device. Go to a junk car, pull the battery out, find a windshield washer pump, rinse it out with some bleach water, a little bit of bleach and water, and you can use that to pump water out of one because it's 12 volt. It will move a fair amount, and you can use that to pull water out of a bucket to water your garden.
All right. Oh, great idea for gardening there, Emma. In the bottom of to cover the drain hole so the dirt doesn't wash out.
Also keeps the roots from trying to crawl out the bottom too.
Yeah. Cool. Very good. And let me pop back over here real quick. And I'm going to bring something up here. 12 volt. Oh. There we go. Oh, wow. Look at this. 12-volt water transfer. You got ones that you screw a garden hose onto. They're, and you got the old diaphragm ones like you have in your, they used to have in the old RV stuff that goes in the water.
Yep. And you probably want a self-priming pump to
Yes.
save yourself some headaches.
Yes.
Because that way, if you have to take it out and remove it in the wintertime, bring it in the house, because you don't want to leave it outside and have it freeze over and break, you don't have to worry about repriming it every time you hook it up.
Yeah. So there are plenty of ones. And I'm glad. Okay. If you have a stream nearby that is clean, sorry, Dave, and you can pull water from a submersible pump that has a garden hose on it, and you can just toss in there and pull it out.
Yeah.
A bilge pump, like for on a boat or whatever, they have 12-volt ones for on boats, bilge pumps, and so you can get some of those, and you just drop the whole pump in and pump water out. All right. Well, we're hitting the top of the hour, so let me bring up the schedule here for the rest of the week here. Okay, so, all right, for those that are interested, Courtney on Wednesdays at White Family Farm has some guest on her Wednesday. I'm not sure who she has on this Wednesday. I haven't seen Courtney in the side chat here, so I'm not sure who
She
it
was
is.
here earlier.
She was? Oh, I missed Courtney. Okay. Oh, yeah. The ram pump is a one way of doing it if you have a constant flow of water to pump water uphill. Yes. All right. So this Thursday, first one in the chat wins a cookie if they can tell me what Thursday is really quick. What is this Thursday?
Do, 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 do.
All right. Give me 8 seconds to catch up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. It's Veterans Day. So on Gear got it there finally. So on Veterans Day, that's going to be the topic for the Thursday talk. We're going to be honoring our veterans, and I'm going to be playing some really cool videos, music videos for veterans. So it's, GrayManPrepping is not monetized. Don't have to worry about getting dinged. So that's what's coming up on Thursday. Friday on Camp Patton Family Compound. That's the CFC here. We're going to be talking about hunting food for your family. Hunting food.
Fluid, is that like a thneed?
Food.
Is that like a thneed?
Sort of like that.
Okay.
No, it's a little more tougher to eat. So we're going to be talking about hunting food for your family. And it's going to be a little bit, we're not talking about the big pew-pews, okay? We're going to talk other things to hunt food with. And
I would have no such implements.
Yeah. On Friday on Backwoods Law, Dave. On Backwoods Law, Bruce is going to be start off with a specific topic and then go from there. But it's always good information there on Backwoods Law on Friday. Next week here on Tactical Tuesday, we're going to talk about a winter first aid kit. There's a winter first aid kit?
Mine's 4 seasons.
Yeah, so that's what we're going to talk about because sometimes in your car, you don't want to have this. You don't want to have this, what you have in the summer in there in the wintertime because there's certain things that freeze up. Unless you're Steve, of course, there are trainers where he claims it never freezes in California. All right, so that's what's coming up here. Also, don't forget to check out the Your Prep for Today every morning. A little prep going on to help you on your way through getting prepared. See what hits the poop. See what poop hits the fan this week. Okay, Bruce. And with that, I want to thank everybody for coming in here. Thank you for all your chat. Oh, and yeah, Kaylin's heading out to camp on Thursday. What was that, Dave?
Klingon Princess.
Klingon Princess. Hey. Oh, just got in here just as we're signing off. So with that, everyone, remember, stay happy no matter what life throws at you, because a good spirits can help you survive longer. Stay safe. Don't go out and do anything foolish. You don't want to have to use your first aid kit. And whatever you do, keep on adding to your preps, and we'll see you in the next video.